Hi everyone and welcome to this month's Ask the Expert. It's a real pleasure to welcome Azmid Mohammed. Azmid is the IOR, or the Institute of Recruiters founder, and holds the position of Group President and CEO of the IOR. Azmid's renowned for understanding people management from a CEO's perspective, and Azmid actually oversaw the internal recruitment and HR process of the Group ID in the UK and US for about 15 years. Azmid also studied various aspects of HR management at undergraduate level. He's recognised as a bit of an innovator, and this challenging role that he's just taken up has created some really exciting partnerships, both nationally and internationally, creating and managing the IOR's sector-leading technology and infrastructure, as well as working with his team to create a service offering that's best in its class. It gives me real pleasure to welcome Azmid Mohammed. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Not at all. Look, I think it'd be really worthwhile if we start. The first question I'd like to ask you, Azmid, what's your role and responsibility within the IOR?
Where can I start? It's quite a difficult role to start anything brand new from scratch because there's several challenges. So my current role is to oversee the building of the organization and making sure that we as an organization have the right people and partnerships in place with the right quality levels. So right now, I spend a lot of my time meeting people who want to be involved, creating partnerships with organizations like the University of Central Lancashire. We're talking to people like Oxford University, Harvard University, several innovative people around the world who are involved in recruitment and HR, and other companies that service this industry, not just in the UK, but internationally, because the idea of the Institute of Recruiters is not something that will just service UK people. It's created to be an international body. So it's all, right now, it's about getting the right people involved in the organization, giving it structure, giving it direction, and building a foundation that you could really then from there create something that would be phenomenal, and something that the recruitment and HR industry has not seen happen for a very long time. So we're in the middle of something we think is very exciting.
That's very impressive. And how would you describe the key objectives of the Institute of Recruiters?
Well, there's several objectives. The first thing is we're going to demonstrate to people how exciting and effective an innovative approach to a professional body can be. So what I mean by that is wherever I've been around the world talking to people in the last year or two about professional bodies, you tend to find a pattern. They operate in the same way. So what we're going to do is deliver you a new model of a professional body that thinks in a different way and operates in a different way, with very, very positive engagement from members. And I think a lot of people would tell you, when I'm a member of a professional body, I get my membership certificate, and I then become a little bit disengaged from that organization. I don't do very much with them. We're going to change that. We're going to foster positive engagement with people, and we're going to build programs that properly support people to the point where they don't have to think what they're getting from their membership. They instantly know what they're getting, and it's very effective for them and their business and their careers.
Wow, excellent. I'm really curious. I've got to ask you a question. What prompted you to go about setting up the Institute of Recruiters?
Well, I think for me, having worked in recruitment from a business owner's point of view for several years, both in the UK and USA, we became members of some organizations, and we felt that we weren't supported in the way we needed to be supported. So it wasn't to say that what's out there, the incumbent operators, are not doing a good job. It's basically saying that what we needed didn't exist. So we're creating something new. And we're setting up an organization that we believe has a place amongst whatever is available today, but we do something very different. We're not trying to be one of the existing organizations. We're something very, very new. So you see us doing things like HR and recruitment under the same roof. Why? Because we see it as one holistic process. And we're getting a lot of support around that. Educational programs, we see that people want to study something and then maybe they'll change career or do something different, but they want to take that qualification with them. So instead of developing internal stuff, we work with leading universities so that we know that education you study with the IOR will be recognized when you go to a different country, you go to another university, they will take your qualifications and say, yes, this is something we recognize. And then we're talking about things like the HR Global Think Tank and the Recruitment Global Think Tank. That's basically forums that we create, taking recruiters and HR practitioners from around the world who want to talk and take part in organizations, and then that debate that they arrange with us online and offline, they basically give us information that we give back to the universities turn it into research papers, and the clever boffins and academics turn those research papers and filter them into education modules within the IOR's education. So what the education module looks like over time is not the ideas of a few people in a university or a few people in one organization. It's a global thought process going into the education, producing the next generation of recruiters and HR directors.
Very good. And how many members are there in the IOR as we sit here today, Asmit?
As we sit here today, we're just over 1,000, approaching maybe 1,500. At the current rate, and we can't say whether this is going to go up or down right now because there's no historical data, but at the current rate, if it continued, it would end up around 10,000 by the end of the first trading year, which would mean we would be the biggest in the United Kingdom.
Wow, fantastic. I'm curious, with such an impressive organisation as this, what were the biggest challenges that you had in going about setting this up?
I think one of the key things that I found when I talked to people about setting up the Institute Recruiters was people's mindsets are very much that something innovative couldn't be done. So in other words, it's changing their perspective about what is a professional body. Now don't forget, a lot of our members are individuals, some of them are paying members, some of them are free affiliates, some of them are companies. So it's a good mixture of people that are coming on board as members of the Institute Recruiters. And we found that when you talk to people, they think, what a great idea, but could you really set something like that up? And then once we started to deliver some of the programs and started to get it off the ground, we had the cynics who say, well, if you delivered all that for a low membership fee, what's the catch? There's got to be something else going on, because we don't get that for that kind of money. It's much more expensive to get world-class legal support, education at this level, and this is not what we expect for this kind of money. So the innovation surprises people. They think there's a catch when there's not. And, people's mindset around, we can do something globally. We can create something from scratch. It's all possible. It's getting people to buy into that. And when they do, they love it. They love the actual journey. They're enjoying it.
Wow. And if you were to summarize, I suppose I'll use the word summarize. How would you summarize the key benefits for a recruiter joining the IOR?
Well, the first key benefit is that you get your current skills mapped to national occupational standards in your area. So, for instance, how many recruiters out there today know exactly where they are against where the government thinks they should be? We found that a lot of people didn't even know that national occupational standards existed in recruitment and HR. So what you do is you get those benchmarked for you, and when you become a member of the IOR, the university will issue you a certificate. It will ask you to take a test, a very short test around benchmarking your skills, and it will tell you, welcome to the IOR, here's the areas which you're strong in, here's the areas which you are weak in. The other thing we give you is we've built some very, very good partnerships with recognized national firms such as Clark Wilmot. Now, Clark Wilmot, a national law firm, when you become a member of the IOR, you can ask the experts. So you can come on to the online forums and ask questions of experts in several different fields. I'm doing this, can you help me with that? Business doctors who run multi-million-pound businesses will give SMEs information and advice about how to run their company. So what we're saying is, when you become a member of the IOR, you get world-class education that's recognized. You get mentoring from real experts whose success you can see, it's tangible, it's there. And you become part of a community who wants to improve the industry at every level.
Excellent. And how does one go, if one wanted to join the IOR, how does one go about joining up with the IOR?
Well, it's a very simple process. Everything is being built online, so you just go onto the membership section of the website, which is the ior.org.uk. You click on membership, and there's several things there. You can become a partner. You can become an industry supplier if you supply the industry. You can become a company member. And the good thing about the IOR's company membership or corporate membership, unlike other bodies, that includes complete individual membership for all of your staff. So when the company becomes a member, all of its staff benefit from that membership. And that's something new and innovative. We've actually approached other organizations and said that's what you should be doing, not just giving company membership, let everybody be part of it. And I think even my discussions with people like APSCO and REC, they thought that was interesting as well. And as an organization, we are actually talking to incumbents as well, so I can tell you a little bit about that too.
Please do, yeah.